Okay, this video is going to take us through the length method, which is one of the string methods that are available to programmers. Now we're only going to go through a couple of the string methods, and this one is called the length method, and it in 1a it returns an int value equal to the number of characters in a string, or a string literal. So number of characters in a string or a string literal. Now a literal, when we say things like, well, I literally, did such and such, that's supposed to mean that you actually did it. So actual. So here's a string literal, and this is a value of the string variable. This isn't the actual string. This is the name of the class or the data type. Right? So this is the literal string. The string literal is the one what's actually in between the quotation marks. Now, so you should be able to just go ahead and count up the number of characters in each of these strings. And so you should have, there's 5 in here, 5 characters. In here there are 9 because we count the space. And in here there are 13 because we count the spaces and the question mark. So every character in between the quotation marks. Now all the length method does is it actually will print or use the number of characters in a string in a calculation or to be displayed. So here's an example of the length method being used. So name.length, name is the name of the variable that has the string literal in it. And so the compiler is going to find the number of characters not in the word name but in the contents of the variable called name. And so how many characters are in the contents of name? Well, we already said it was 5. So this is 5. The number of characters in full name, which is Sally Sue, is 9. So those are return values. So you should pause the video and then do the rest of number 2 and then do number 3. So in C we have phrase.length we said was 13. There's 13 characters in the string literal of phrase, and then the full name has 9. So that's the return value. This is like variable calls where we're actually writing the return values above them, just like in variable calls. So because this has numeric operands on both sides, that means you add them. So we got 22 is going to be stored in num1. In this one, name.length we said was 5, and so it's going to print day 5. So it'll print day 5. In E, phrase.length again was 13 plus name.length is 5. So it actually will do the addition in the print statement and print the 18. And then in number 3, you can also put a string, an actual literal string or string literal before the dot length, and then it will count the number of characters in that string. And so in this case it's going to be 13. So the value of that expression is 13. And that's it for length.